first things first, I'm gonna place my horizon line in. I'm gonna trace over just the outline of the entire room. I don't have to remeasure anything because all the dimensions are here. So remember, our scale is 3/4 of an inch equals 1 foot. Now, the inside, however, I will be using a red pencil because I might want to make some changes to it. I mean, I've made some pretty significant changes anyway by extending the wall, extending this part of the room further back. So I'll do it in red just to keep it in a preliminary way for now. So I would suggest you do the same thing on yours. I'm also not gonna go over how to do the boxes again. You guys know how to do the boxes already. Okay, so here's some photo references that I have. See, look, that's the Pars home. Looks real. Love this one. That's in Palm Springs. I think this one is in Palm Springs too. There's another one from Palm Desert. This isn't Palm Desert, but this is just another mid-century modern home. Oh, look, there's Miss Incredible. I love that room. This one too. So I'll refer to these. Okay. Now, in these images, I love mid-century modern homes because they're just very, they're very different. There's a lot of wood. There's a lot of natural elements in there in the environment. There's a lot of floor-to-ceiling windows. In fact, you can see floor-to-ceiling windows here, and in here, and in here. Natural light is a really big deal. You could definitely see it in here. They do a lot of things like this where you see paneling on the ceiling, or you see open beam ceiling. They keep everything very, very natural. Even if it becomes a little bit more modern, they still have it. Showing the hardware, some of the natural textures is something that they do quite a bit. Okay, and this one has a faux stone on the ceiling, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm going to be using this one first as something to refer to. So I will here and add a piece like this if we have to. So with this one, yes, go ahead.
Go all the way to the end because of the supporting beam?
Because of the structure, absolutely. You can't. So that's something you have to consider. So with this, I could probably come pretty close, but I think what I'll end up doing is just go to 6 inches. I think that could probably work there. I could make it come to here, but let's see how big this is first. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. So if I were to, I could do this. This is 4. This is 4, 2, 4. Okay, I know what I can do. So I'm going to create a block wall here. So now this becomes a wall. So I'm going to do this in blue. And now I have 3 and 3. Okay, so here's a 3-foot, here's a 2 by 3 foot window. Actually, we can actually make this one big window. Forget this. We'll just make it 1 6-foot window. That would be kind of awesome to see. And the frame of the window will also go to here too, because all of this is now going to be a wall. So I'll just erase this for now. There we go. So this is my new wall, and this is where the new windows are going to be. So I'm going to create a small frame around the window. Let me do this in blue. In fact, let's do this. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we're going to put a small frame in between. Oh, actually, no, we're not. We're going to make this one big window. I forgot. So when you're drawing stuff like this, you do have to think about the kind of support. You can't just draw a door without having a door frame. So this is going to be like a block wall like this is. But this is we're going to have a window that's kind of like inset. So let me create a okay, so that's a small ledge. And this is going to be coming in about here. Oh, wait a minute, how are we going to do this? Let's see. I have to think logically about how this is going to look. I lost my eraser. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to start this about 6 inches. Part of the wall is going to be 6 inches, but this is going to be kind of like a cutout on here. So I'm going to have the window start here. We're not going to see the bottom of the window because it is a ledge. But we will see the window here. And there will be a small window frame or a bracket that it will sit in, similar to the previous one, or from the piece of reference that we have. So this is going to be, this is 2, 4, 6. And it starts in here. Okay, so there's 6. Because it's halfway through, it's about 6 inches set into the wall. I do have to consider where this is here on the bottom, because it'll inform me where to put any divider that I have. So I do have a divider here. Then I have 2, 4, 6. So here's another one. And then here's the frame for it. The most important thing is making sure it has a logical feel. So something like this are significant details to a drawing, especially if you're deciding to use a specific type of architecture. In this case, I'm using mid-century modern, because mid-century modern is not just an architectural type, but it's also it wasn't just for architecture, but it was also for it's not just architecture design, but it's also interior design too. It informed a specific type of furniture that was kind of low to the ground, very, very easy to clean. They didn't use like extravagant fabrics or anything like that, or exotic fabrics. Okay, so we have this wall here, and I want something like this. I want something like this floor to ceiling window. So I have these upper windows here, which you can kind of see here. And we have windows, one large 6-foot window here in the back, which is fine. But now I want a floor to ceiling like sliding door or something to resemble it. So I'm probably not gonna do a sliding door. So I need to look at this, and this is gonna come down about 2 feet. So I have 12-foot ceilings. This is 12 feet all the way up. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Here's 10 right here. So let's do 9.
Professor, is there a beam in between that top window and then the sliding glass door?
Up here?
Yes.
No, it's going right into the ceiling. So that's a great question, but no, it's going right into the ceiling. Okay, so here's that's how thick the wall is. The wall is 1 foot thick. Usually in houses or in homes, walls are about 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches. So this one's a full foot. If you look at the reference, that wall is 4 feet thick. That's really, really thick. I mean, maybe these walls in here aren't, but this block is, and that's pretty awesome. So ours is only a foot, being more conservative than anything else.
With that wall being that thick, could there be a fireplace on the other side? Or
Not necessarily. In homes like this, they're very robust. Okay. So I'm gonna create a frame for this. A frame for this window. So I'm going to start off with the outer contours first, and then I will do the inner contours, because this will certainly have a thickness to it. Usually the thickness will be towards the thickness will be more or less towards the bottom and the top. There we go. Okay, so let's see what it exactly looks like. So this is the outer frame, the outer contours of the frame. This is how thick it is at the bottom. I do need to create a thickness for the very end though, and I'll do that. Okay, so this is how thick the frame is. So it's about 4 inches. It's 4 inches thick at the bottom. I probably could make it more, but I think I can leave that for now. And you know what? Maybe I will make it a little bit thicker now. I have the opportunity to do it. No, I'll just leave it. Okay, so I'm going to do this I'll put a divider maybe every 3 feet. Okay, so this is maybe 4 feet. This is 4. This is 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So let's do I guess I'll put a divider here. So I'm going to go to here. I'm just going to put a support here. Then I'll do another one over here. This is right here. Okay, so now it looks like a floor to ceiling, so it's pretty close to the ceiling. And now let's see what it looks like under the grid, or without the grid. Okay, that's pretty cool so far. That's some good stuff going on. And now I can think about what I want to do here. I already have an egress here, or no, these are windows. I don't have an egress yet. So I can put an egress here. I can put a door here since it's kind of blank, or I can put it here. I can put windows. The things that you have to remember, or things to consider when you guys are looking at reference, is looking at doorways to see how tall the doorways are. If there's a thickness, make sure you draw that thickness. to create some weight to it. You definitely need to have windows. If your bedroom has a fireplace, Okay, so with this, I'm going to create a small frame around the window, or for the window. The kick plate on the bottom is going to be very similar. It's going to be about 6 inches. It's going to go all the way across. There we go. All right, so let me show you what I did. So you can see this grid here, even though I gridded the wall, I put another support pillar here. Let me erase this here. And I have this beam going all the way across here, and now I've extended this here. So now I've opened up this entire space here. So with that, I can actually use the floor. If I want to put flooring and bring it this way, I can do that, or I can bring it this way. Doesn't matter, there's just a lot of things I can do with all of that.